No, Johnny, it's from the Career Center. They made a mistake on your test results.
Give me that. Dear Johnny, please ignore the last set of test results. The only job you're suited for is busting rocks with your head.
Alright everybody, Stinky MD back here again with a bit of a special episode. When Regulation G became the thing and switched off from Regulation H, I was met at a crossroads because I had recorded a lot of matches. I don't even know if it's a lot, so don't feel bad for me or anything like that. I play Pokémon Showdown as a hobby. I record videos as a hobby. But I had a bunch of Regulation H matches with Rampardos. And Rampardos is a Pokemon. We were talking about iconic Pokemon last time, and I don't think, everybody's going to know what Rampardos is, but everybody who's touched Pokemon everybody who's been around or played Pokemon in 2019, not 2019, with Pokemon Diamond and Pearl is what I'm trying to say here, knows Rampardos. The attack stat through the roof. It only does one thing really well. It has that big blue thing on its head, and every time you use Zen Headbutt in the game, I'm pretty sure it would light up. If I'm a good YouTuber, I'll put a clip of that up right here. As we switched over, I was met at a crossroads where I was like, do I just post these anyway? Or should I just throw them away, move on, get good, and, play Rampardos and Regulation G? We make the transition to Regulation G. All these legendaries are here, and I can't find a good way to fit Rampardos in. And so, this is all to say that I found a way to fit Rampardos in, at least somewhat decently. And so we're going to play that out right now. I have 2 Rampardos games that I want to show. I hope you enjoy. This is going to be the first time I'm reacting to them, having not, seen these in a while, but hopefully they go well. Rampardos, the basic strategy is you have the clear amulet on it, so I can't get intimidated. I don't need anything getting in my way. I'm playing Trick Room. I have Terrasilize Earthquake, and I also have Rock Slide. I think the fourth, there's 2 more moves on Rampardos. So it's Rock Slide, Earthquake, Swords Dance, and Protect. If Swords Dance is like the I'm feeling lucky button on Google searches, if you ever click it, they'll take you to the first result that would show up on whatever your Google search was. I can't remember a time where I've ever even clicked that button. I don't even know if that button still exists. Anyway, Rampardos clicking Swords Dance is like that, in that if I feel so confident that Rampardos is not going to get touched that turn, then I'm going to click that. I'm going to set a Trick Room possibly with the guy next to it, and we're going to go from there. My Trick Room setters for this are going to be Rabaska. I think we've seen this before. I think I played this before on the channel. Telepathy is going to be able to protect it from Earthquake, and then I also have Farigiraf just to protect Rampardos from stuff like Fake Out, stuff like Sucker Punch. I really want to clear a headway as much as possible for a headway. You see what I did there? I just took the pause from my pun. I want to clear a headway. I want to make way for Rampardos to be able to beat face and do it as quickly and efficiently as possible. One of the weaknesses I run into a lot is wide guard, and there's not much I can do. Look, sometimes I just lose. I'm just gonna be frank. Instead of Stinky MD for a minute, I'm going to be frank for a second. But yeah, that's the basic preamble. A lot of this stuff, other stuff in place, is to put Rampardos in a position to succeed, not take as much damage, or it's because I was salty about something. I see the Whimsicott, so there's probably going to be some shenanigans there, if at all. That's enough of a preamble for me. Let's get into it. Stinky MD versus Junior Nerd 3. So Junior's going to lead Urshifu and Pelipper, which means you're going to set up the Rain. Rampardos is going to come out and Shiny Rampardos. So I'm going to switch right into Kyogre because I have no interest in this matchup as I'm looking at it. Weather Ball is going to come out into the Kyogre spot. I could have totally set up Trick Room here, but I see the Urshifu and I'm like, I'd rather just take that out. So I'm going to click Dazzling Gleam with Farigiraf instead of clicking, and there's the Wide Guard, instead of clicking Trick Room. So I'm going to click Trick Room this turn, and so now I put myself in a better position. I think with Wide Guard, I actually like it when my opponent clicks Wide Guard, so I'm going to, condition them to do that, just as long as I feel like I can win that one-on-one matchup in that case. Because the minute they don't click Wide Guard, they're gonna boom be opening themselves up. If you don't click wide guard every turn, which is not what you want to do with any of your Pokemon, you don't put a Pokemon on your team just to exclusively click wide guard. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-on-2. Rabaska is going to come out here. Surging Strikes is something I just have no real answer for, and now I have no Trick Room set up, so I'm curious as to how I win this game, honestly. Rampardos is going to go ground type. You're going to click Surging Strikes on Kyogre for some reason. I guess it's to get the crits and the knockout, because how else are you going to take it down? But you're literally Miraidon. I'm just confused as to what's going on here, honestly. Rampardos is going to click Earthquake and just take everything out. I mean, look, it wasn't pretty, but Rampardos did the job that Rampardos was brought on the team to do, and that was beat face and stand tall at the end, and it's nice and shiny and red, and I think that's really cool too. Not an important detail, but it's a detail that's meaningful to me. So we're going to pick up the win here. I want to show one more Rampardos match. You know, it's always a thing where it's like you stop using a certain Pokemon, and then when you see somebody else use it, it's like it's a common Pokemon, not common Pokemon. It's a Pokemon that people don't really use a lot. You haven't really seen it a lot. I'm talking about Malamar. If you can't see it, it's right there. I'm pointing at it with my finger, but you don't see my finger. But yeah, I don't really see people play Malamar, and so it's kind of throwing me for a loop here. As far as like, it's the most mysterious thing, but it's also a sense of like, I should not lose to this. If I lose to Malamar, what was I doing this whole time? But it's also just exciting to see, because it's, I mean, it's kind of validating to see like people pick the Pokemon you do. I don't really go out of my way. I mean, look at my Ragtag group here. I don't really go out of my way to make a team that, you know, looks like or is validated by other people's thoughts or anything like that. I just play to have fun, play to win, and play the Pokemon I want to play. And hopefully winning happens somewhere in there. You know, we say on this channel, play weird things, win sometimes. I think we say that. We say that. Play weird things, win sometimes. That's what we're going to do here. Hopefully we win both of these matches. We won the first one. Let's get into the second one. Stinky MD versus Heroice 18. So Rampardos and Rabaska are going to come out here. Rayquaza and Malamar are going to come out. So Airlock, you're going to switch immediately into Dondozo. I'm going to just off the bat Terrasilize, because I had a feeling Malamar was going to come in with a superpower. I'm going to click Rock Slide, do big damage there. You're going to Rave Crash into the Rabaska for some reason, and I'm going to Swords Dance. Whoa. You know, I guess the thing is like this. If I Swords Dance and just go down like that, then I just Swords Dance and go down, and that's it. I click Bug Buzz to take off the Malamar. Malamar is super weak to Bug because it's Psychic and Dark. I'm not saying anything, you know, revolutionary there, but I don't see people take advantage of it a lot. U-turn is not something that's very prevalent, and I'm actually, the fun thing with Rabaska, everybody, Revival Blessing. You put that in Trick Room, and I'm able to typically outspeed. My opponent's team is actually pretty slow here too, but because Rabaska is going to go down here, or actually because Rabaska clicked Revival Blessing before, we have Rampardos. What I need to do here is put Rampardos in a position to succeed, and that means no Trick Room probably in this matchup. You're going to click Protect. I'm going to click Water Spout and do decent damage to Dondozo. You're going to Sleep Talk Wave Crash and crash it to Kyogre, and you're going to take some recoil damage. For some reason, I'm going to set up Trick Room again. There must be something I'm really looking to do here. Fair Giraffe is going to click Helping Hand, and you're going to... Oh my gosh. How do I win? How do I win? So I'm stuck in Sand Tomb. I'm going to Orange Impulse to take out the Ting-Lu. Maybe it's just isolate the Dondozo and treat it from there. It's pretty cool that Rayquaza's ability, Airlock, stops Kyogre and Groudon. That's like a, you know, Generation 3 thing, I suppose. I never played Pokemon Emerald. I played Ruby and Sapphire plenty of times. Those are my first games. But now we're in a weird situation where I'm going to Helping Hand here. You're going to click Protect. You're going to be fast asleep, Sleep Talk, and Rest. So, wow. That's exactly what I needed to happen, because hopefully, boom, Rampardos gets the knockout there. And so now we're in a situation where I'm going to click Helping Hand. Rayquaza is going to click Protect again, which is ridiculous. Rayquaza cannot click Extreme Speed because of Ferrigiraffe. This is immune to, Armor Tail makes you immune to priority moves. So Rampardos, once again, is going to stand tall. I won with Earthquake last time. I won with Rock Slide this time. I'm not even going to pretend. Rampardos was brought back to life and came through and got the victory. I had no clue how Rampardos is going to do it. I usually go into battles having no clue how Rampardos is going to do it, but it's that strong. Again, like I was saying yesterday with like the Swords Dance Bisharp, you have to meet the power of the legendaries that you're going up against. That's one of the things I'm learning playing VGC Regulation G. This isn't just show up with any kind of thing and win. If you want to play Stinky MD style, which is I'm Stinky MD, so obviously I want to do that, I have to meet the competition where it's at. And so that has been a presentation of Rampardos. I hope you enjoyed it. I personally like Rampardos a lot. You know, a lot of people say a lot of different things about Rampardos, how it's like, you know, it's the fallacy of it where you can't win because you have a really strong attack stat. And for the most part, that is true. I won't sit here and tell you Rampardos is a good Pokemon, but I don't want Rampardos, like it'd be foolish to completely dismiss Rampardos, like having no value, because the attack stat is so good that there's something there. You know, there's, you know, possibilities are endless. Possibilities with all the Pokemon are endless, and that's, you know, I was bringing up last time or this time, I think, where it's like there's 1,025 Pokemon. Think about all the possibilities, especially as I start to think about national decks and, you know, playing singles like that again. So many different Pokemon, so many different opportunities, so many permutations to just make something that people would say stinks work. Again, not saying Rampardos is good, but just saying you can make it work. If you want to make it work, whatever Pokemon it is, you want to make it work, you can make it work. And I guess that's another mantra of Stinky MD, right? You know, we play weird things, win sometimes, but we just play weird things. We just play weird things. But I'm rambling now, so I'm going to stop myself. All that being said, GG's to the opponents. There were 2. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.